Today we're going to be reviewing Fantastic Four, The First Steps, the recent movie that came out. Now, if you guys liked that video and you liked this, you're going to like this video, like and subscribe. If you like these videos, we need to make sure, you know, the algorithm's tapped in, make so that it could show the video, all that stuff. Just make sure, just like and subscribe.
Hit that motherfucking notification bell
in the comments. But who's your favorite Fantastic Four member? It doesn't have to be from this movie. Let's say you like
Mole Man. I know that one.
I said Fantastic Four character. Did I say villain?
You said character.
Okay.
He's a character.
Fantastic Four person, and then whoever Fantastic Four member. That's what I mean. It could be the ones that were in the movies. It could be any of the ones that were in the comics before. Because you know, in the comics, they often have a revolving door of, not often, but you know, they have a revolving door of characters that are in the Fantastic Four. So just in the comments, but who's your favorite Fantastic Four member of all time? But yeah, but before I get into the review, I was gonna play a character in this because I tried to do a little makeover myself and I messed up. And usually when I mess up like this, I don't, instead of trying to fix it, I just double down and go okay, I look like a retard for a minute. But what I was gonna do, I was gonna have a high pitched voice, and I was gonna pretend to be Movie Bob. I don't know if you know that guy. He's this fat guy reviewer that's been around for a long time. Back
I might have seen this.
Cause this is how I got into Movie Bob, or not got in, but I got aware of him. Cause back in the day, on Screw Attack, you know, the guys who do Death Battle. Yeah. They I obviously, just like everyone else, I just subscribed to them because of Death Battle. But then obviously once you subscribe, you get everything else that they do. So I was getting I was getting all their other people. So I guess they signed Movie Bob on at a time, and so he would have his thing was called the Game Over Thinker or whatever. He actually is an OG YouTuber, people who talk about media and stuff. But he has he's just he's a locale. So I was gonna make a parody of him, and I was gonna be feature Movie Bob, and I was just gonna give a really soy review of this movie, and I was gonna say, wow, it was a really great movie, wow, I really loved it, really connected everything. But I actually do have strong opinions about this movie. That when I watched it, I was what? I was probably the only one in the movie theater. I feel like most people were either they thought it was good, or they were whatever with it. But I was watching, I was bro, how could they do that? I was kind of overreacting, but now since it's, you know, it's past, we had a few days, we actually went to go see this together this time. When we watched Superman, we both watched it in separate sittings, but we did watch it with each other. We were in the same seats because everyone was packed. Because usually, well, even though we buy 2 seats together in the movie theater, this nigga always likes to go a seat down.
Well, no, because it feels kind of gay being that close to you. Because no. If I'm with a girl, that's cool because the way should I say what theater we go to?
What chain?
Well, no, it's a chain, right? It's a chain.
Yeah, just say the
okay,
chain.
we go to Marcus, right? So the way Marcus has the seat set up, there's no what's the word I'm looking for?
There's nothing separating us.
Yeah, there's nothing separating us. So it's literally just me and you just together like this. And I'm well, that feels kind of gay. So I'm I want to go down a seat. Yeah. What I like about classic cinemas and most of the AMCs, or a lot of AMCs, is that they have something blocking you, so it doesn't feel so
do the fancy chairs have that? I don't remember.
So the reclining ones, the AMCs that offer reclining chairs, they don't have the thing that blocks you. Yeah. Right. But that's if you're with a girl, right? That's a perfect chance for you to do one of these. Yeah. Or
you know what I was also thinking too? I was thinking when I was gonna play my character, I was thinking midway I was gonna touch you and shit and be well, that's what Mr. Fantastic does, right? He's a big inspiration to me. So I just start touching you, and it starts showing on camera. You're just what the fuck? Oh no, I'm
that would have been funny. That would have been a good.
But I was gonna do it. I was gonna do it without telling you, and then you're gonna have the whole heterosexual meltdown. But Yeah,
like real quick. Sorry. Like one time when we went to go to the AMC, I forgot which AMC it was. We did a review of Nosferatu, and I was sitting right next to this pedophile. And
we're at Marcus.
Oh yeah, we're at Marcus. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I was sitting right next to this pedophile like this, literally like this. He's just sitting there, just.
No, because what happened earlier was that like we went to our seats and it was like this white guy and this black chick were in the seat, and like because it was that like two setup, and like I was being retarded. I was like whoa, and then you just went like, hey, like those aren't your seats, and then like they just left. I think she probably broke up with him after that.
It was a mixed race couple, by the way.
Yeah, no, but the one
I had to throw that in there.
I just brought it up. I said it was a white guy and a black
guy. You did. Sorry, I'm retarded. Sorry.
But what was they saying? No, at first just the guy left, and then I sat down. Then you went to that other seat, and then
the pedophile.
Yeah, but then I think the girl left too, and then that's when you came back over here.
Hey, you want something funny? Like, okay, I'm weird. I'm also an alcoholic, so I want to get a wine because I feel like wine would like best fit the movie, right? And then the nigga was drinking wine too. I don't know why. I just felt weird.
Oh my god.
Like, dude, and I was like, oh my, it was so uncomfortable.
And then when we left, like we're just walking down, and then like he just like looks at you, then he give you like a whole like look and shit. Like he was wearing a mask and shit.
Yeah, like, he didn't look at me like with.
He like bumped into you or something. Like I don't know.
Dude, that movie put him under a fucking spell.
Yeah, it was weird. That movie was like.
Watch that review if you guys haven't seen it. It's I really drunk in that one?
It's on your channel.
Yeah, but it's in the playlist.
No, it's on the Black Truth. It's at Black Truth episode 2.
Yeah.
It was like an audio only one we did. It was whatever, but
we were still getting it together back then. And we still are. But we got it a lot better now. But how do we get to the topic of seats?
Because we were talking about how in the movies, like
me and you were together.
Yeah, because like everyone, it was like full. So like
it was a full house. I was surprised.
You're surprised that a Marvel movie opening weekend had a...
No, because I thought because so many people were brainwashed by the first 2 Fantastic Four movies, Fan Four Stick, I thought they would have been like, nah, man, that shit's weird.
Well, I would say the trend or like the big difference recently with with Superman and Fantastic Four is that these 2 movies, their marketing really kind of pushed embracing like the comic history. Like I think like you know, obviously, you know, James Gunn, he was showing all like this all-star Superman stuff. He was like throwing it back, bringing Silver Age characters, bringing all these DC characters that haven't really been adapted before, and part of that, like they weren't like pushing it, but it was like it was gonna entice people who weren't interested in it to start reading DC, like because they know it exists, but they didn't know how to get into it. And James Gunn is kind of giving them like an easier way to be like, no, you can read this, read that. And then with Fantastic Four, I feel like they were kind of trying to push, because they wanted to make people feel like, oh, this is gonna be like the best one. They really wanted to push like, oh, this is like the comics, Jack Kirby, all that stuff. Like I think even like one of the actors, I think the actor for The Thing, which is this guy, he was like in The Bear, I think, and he was in Girls. Like he said something like, oh, like these characters are based off of Jack Kirby characters. So someone told him like, hey, name drop Jack Kirby in this interview, so because people are gonna like soy over that.
And it's funny because like I think there might have been a good amount of people that actually think that he probably like really read the comics. And shit like that. I think the only Marvel actor that actually read the comics was Edward Norton and Charlie Cox.
I think Ben Affleck did too.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
he did. Yeah, because he was a big Daredevil fan.
Yeah,
I remember. That's why I think his heart got kind of broken that he got such a negative reception. But I don't know. I think Daredevil was all right, because like when I rewatched it, I was like, this is ass, because everyone else was hating on it.
Yeah.
But like no, like I think all those early Marvel movies, like the Fantastic Four, had like a certain charm to them that the Marvel movies don't have anymore.
Yeah. Cause so I'm not gonna.
Do you want to start talking about the other Fantastic Fours, or do you
I haven't seen any. I haven't seen any. Of
them. You haven't seen any of them? Oh shit!
I might have seen like clips here and there, like when they were on cable, but I haven't seen them like recently to give like a whole like all my thoughts on it or anything.
So I'll be completely transparent with the audience. You already know this. I only read like 2 issues of Stan Lee, But I'm not gonna say they're comic accurate because obviously they're fucking not. Because I know Doctor Doom is more like Doctor Doom. I think is a character more up my alley. He's into like science and magic, right?
Yeah.
And he lives in a castle like a badass. But in the movie, they basically repeated the same story arc from Norman Osborn from the Spider-Man 1. And basically, long story short, they go into space, rays hit them or whatever. So now it's bad PR for the company, right? So they're basically they tell
this movie they try to. The first one, they try to give the whole origin and everything.
Yeah.
Try to explain
and they get Doctor Doom wrong because he shoots lightning. And that does he actually do that in the comics? Is that one of his powers in the comics?
He could get powers. Yeah, he could do anything.
Oh, so
like he could find a way to do anything.
In the movie, he's basically Infamous. You know that game?
Yeah,
or no?
yeah.
Like, he's basically Cole McGrath from Infamous, and he gets mad that the company wants to kick him out because he has because they're getting bad PR from the accident in space.
Yeah.
And then so then that happens, and then the movie does focus in a lot on Ben Grimm, the thing. I don't know why I call him Ben Grimm. But yeah,
because you relate to the character on a personal level, so you're gonna call him by his first name.
Well, I mean, I don't think I look like him, but yeah, they do focus in on the whole thing where it's like he has to like go through hell because he looks like a fucking monster. His wife, he saves a fucking firefighter that falls off of hold on. He's on a bridge in Brooklyn, right? And Ice Spice was there too. and the guy wants to kill himself. This is how trad movies were back in the day. And he basically tells him, he's like, hey, look at me. I'm still alive. I'm still, here. And he tells the guy not to jump off the bridge. I mean, that's crazy to put that in a family movie, right? But he convinces him, whatever, and then he grabs him. And I think the firefighters come to save him or some shit. So he's able to get him, and then the firefighters start to fall off, and then that's when the rest of the Fantastic Four show up, and then Jessica Alba takes her clothes off.
Yeah, I've seen that clip before.
And then basically, Dr. Doom or Victor Von Doom, he ends up going crazy, takes over the city, and then they just freeze him.
And then the next
one, I think I can't remember the exacts of it. I do remember the first one because I've seen it a million times as a kid. Then in the second one, I think they're like, you know how in every movie it's like the government wants to do some type of research?
Yeah.
It's one of those type of movies where it's like the government wants to do research, and then because the fucking Silver Surfer comes and then the government, they have to get involved in everything, right? And
base libertarian pill.
the government wants to get involved in this whole like Silver Surfer thing, and then basically, make a long story short, somehow he ends up reviving the Doctor Doom, and Doctor Doom gets a hold of the surfboard.
Yeah, that happened in the comics too.
And then so basically they have to stop him, and then they have to stop Galactus. But Galactus is like a black cloud of like hell.
So he doesn't like show up on Earth. He just like he almost gets there, but like he doesn't.
He's basically just like, you know that storm we had on Friday? Yeah. That's basically what Galactus was. Galactus was not a way he was in this current movie. And then Fan Four Stick, that's the third Fantastic Four. Actually, technically the fourth Fantastic Four movie. I know you got the original one over there.
Yeah.
So it's the third one that were made by, I guess, Fox, and that one they reboot it, and the kid that gets the shit beat out of him in the drum movie.
Yeah, Miles Teller.
Yeah. Oh, he plays War Dogs too. He's in the movie. He plays Mr. Fantastic. Michael B. Jordan plays
Johnny Storm.
Yeah, Johnny Storm. And then Sue Storm, I forgot who plays her. And then the thing. Basically, it tries to be like a horror, like a horror, like body, like it tries to be like the Human Centipede, for lack of better words. And it's like dark and gritty, and nobody liked it.
They make like. Are you saying that it makes like a big emphasis on like, oh, they're fucked up now?
Character study. I think it tries to be like a character study on how these people got fucked up because of their powers. And don't quote me on this, but I think you're gonna have to censor this. I think Doctor Doom was played by.
I mean, they were getting really big into the sciences at the time in America, so
yeah,
I wouldn't put it besides them.
So yeah, that one people did. I honestly forgot most of the whatever the fucking movie's about. I forgot most of it, but I do know that it tries to be a darker take on the Fantastic Four, and it was just boring. It was just a boring fucking movie.
Yeah, the only thing I heard about it was that They only made that movie because they wanted the rights still. So they're like, fuck it, we're just gonna have to make another one.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I don't think that the first one I don't think was bad. I think it was actually pretty good, just from like a movie. Like I'm looking at it purely through like this lens of like cinema, not through the lens of like a comic fan. Because obviously I've only read fucking issues, so I don't think it was bad. The soundtrack was amazing, and I think all those characters, all those actors, that played the Fantastic Four in the original ones, I think they were like perfectly casted. Jessica Alba was good.
But you're saying that from like you don't have any other outside other than like 2 issues of the first original Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Like you don't really have anything else to go by.
No.
you're just like going off of the vibe.
Yeah, I'm just going off of the vibe. It's like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
Right. He was a great fucking Spider-Man. I read some Spider-Man comics after I watched that, but you can't tell me he doesn't feel like fucking Spider-Man. I think. I mean, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but out of all the Spider-Mans, he has to feel the most like Spider-Man.
Yeah. The original Raimi trilogy, the Sacred Trilogy. I would say he gives the vibe more of like early, like Steve Ditko Spider-Man, all those ones. I have a bunch of Spider-Man back there. Earlier ones, he feels more like that. I think I haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, but from what I'm told, Spider-Man in that movie feels more like how Spider-Man, most of Spider-Man is, like after like John Romita, that era type of Spider-Man, and then Tom Holland.
He's a bastardization.
He just feels like he was put there to be in the MCU. Like he doesn't really feel like he's like Spider-Man.
I feel like Spider-Man was supposed to be like relatable to like the average Joe, and you do feel that with the original Spider-Man trilogy, that he's just a fucking poor kid that grew up in Queens or New York.
Queens.
Yeah, he just feel like the movie, like the way everything's shot, everything feels warm, homely. Everything feels. I mean, even Aunt May's doing the Lord's Prayer and everything. And then
the bus driver has Mary.
Yeah, like no, it literally feels like just some, because we grew up obviously in an urban area, so it feels like he's just some city nigga.
Yeah.
For the lack of better words, but like Tom Holland feels like an idealized, like. It's like they idealize the urban life.
I think what it was like a gifted, like he was idealized version of like a gifted person that gets everything to them, and he does have hardship in it, but
what hardship? Iron Man
his hardship is on a higher level, but we can't really relate to it.
Okay, I get what you mean. So basically,
because he's thrown into because literally the first movie. He's thrown into like this custody battle between Iron Man and Tony Stark, or Iron Man and Captain America, and then in his own movie, he's like, that was the only one where it was like down to earth, where he's like in high school and shit, and even then he has fucking Iron Man helping him and shit,
literally.
And then the second one is not even that. Then he goes and fights fucking Thanos and all the motherfuckers, and then he dies. Comes back fucking 4 years later. Did he die? Yeah, he disappeared.
He disappeared in the.
So he came back after. I wonder if anyone connected that there's Spider-Man was gone for 4 years, and then Peter Parker and Spider-Man comes back. I don't know, but
oh shit! Yeah, right. Nobody even realized that.
Do you think Zendaya got snapped out?
I hope she did.
Wait, no.
I think the CEO of Sex was the only one that got to stay. Can you show a picture of that?
Yeah. But and then the second one, the whole story with the second one is just him being like Iron Man's dead, and then he has to basically be the new Iron Man. And then it leads into this one. The last one, if you put Far From Home and No Way Home back to back, it literally makes no sense. Especially because they're back to back movies continuity wise. Because in the first one, or in the second one, Mephisto shows up, and not Mephisto, Mysterio, dude. I checked myself. I had to check myself because I know my Marvel characters.
Dude, the nerds would have killed us.
Mephisto's in Ironheart. Don't you know that? Don't you watch?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was like.
Wait. Mephisto is Satan, right?
Yeah.
For the Marvel. Okay.
Which I don't know if there's probably a point of that, having that character in Ironheart. Oh, there's probably a point
because she's satanic. But I feel like Tom Holland's Tom Holland's Spider-Man feels like being Spider-Man was promised to him 3,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And the original Spider-Man was a Shabbos Goy.
Yeah.
But anyways,
well, all those movies aside, I guess we're getting a little recap of like all of the Marvel movies.
Well, no, because the reason why I brought up all the other movies was because when the original Fantastic Four came out, it came out during that like experimental era. You had like the Ang Lee's Hulk, which is supposed to be like a character study, Spider-Man trilogy, the Ghost Rider movies with fucking Nicolas Cage. Then you had the Punisher movies. You had
X-Men.
The X-Men, like everything was experimental back then, and I do think that the first two Fantastic Four felt
well. It was because they gave all these movies to, like, even the early MCU. They gave them to like directors that actually wanted to like do something with the character.
Yeah, because you know who directed Fantastic Four, the original ones?
Who?
The guy that did Barbershop.
That's crazy.
That's why, like, even because I was watching a video about it recently too, and I was like, that's why those movies. I mean, even though they're scientists and we can never relate to fucking scientists, there's like a.
They said Zionist for a minute.
Them too. Like, it does feel like more like relatable, down to earth. Like, oh yeah,
yeah, because like Sam Raimi, he was doing like horror movies and all that before, and yeah, because even like the Spider-Man movies, they all kind of. I feel like what they repeat, especially his trilogy, is that all the villains are basically what Peter can become if he decides to, like, because obviously it's like with great power becomes great responsibility, which is stupid because all these people like saying, not, there's people who don't like superheroes, they're like oh, Spider-Man is just a nerd fantasy because it's about a nerd who gets powers. Yeah, but he misuses his powers and then he has to fucking deal with it his whole entire life to try to repair what he did wrong.
Well, when you also
he abused his powers, so for the rest of his life, that's why he fucking saves people, because he didn't get the chance to do that to his own uncle. Literally,
and then like when you also like, I mean, I hate to bring religion into this, but when you look at the story of Spider-Man, it's very like close. It's very Christian when you think about it, because you think about like Jesus, right? Jesus died for us to be saved, right? Peter Parker dies so Spider-Man can save everybody, because his personal life fucking sucks.
Yeah,
because he has to use his power to he's putting others before himself, basically.
Yeah, and so I guess those
how is
movies,
Fantastic Four a Christian movie? I think it is.
The original one,
the first one, the one that just came out.
Oh, this one that came out.
I think
yeah.
It is.
Well, anyway, before I go into that, because we just recapped all of fucking Marvel right now, all the Marvel movies in existence. So you're knowledgeable on Fantastic Four movies. I'm knowledgeable on all the fucking comics.
So I think this review is gonna be more. I'm looking at it from the lens of as
what's come before, and I'm looking at it based off of these comics. I haven't read all this. I stopped at volume 6, but these are like the black and white reprint prints of the Fantastic Four. I've read the original Jack Kirby run probably like 2 times. The first time I read it, it was in like the library. Like the omnibus version, the first 2 ones, and I obviously I loaned them, all that, and I read it, but I read most of afterwards, but I haven't read the John Byrne run. I have the whole John Byrne run right here. I do have like a big collection of Fantastic Four that I haven't really got into, but because I don't really collect Marvel comics, I mostly collect DC. But Fantastic Four is the one thing I collect, and I do have like all of the John Byrne run, but I just need to read it eventually. But that's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from someone who's read the comics, and this movie to me, these are my 2 main criticisms. This was the current one that came out, Fantastic Four, First Steps. First of all, it's not even how is this First Steps, because the baby doesn't even walk, so you can't even be the baby takes his first steps. Secondly, it's not an origin story, and they're not taking their first. Maybe if the movie took place like I don't know, like a year into them being established, but no, like this movie, if I feel like it tried to like speed run into making the Fantastic Four a super established team in like the MCU, because they just want to rush them into being in the next Avengers movie. It's the same thing I felt with Thunderbolts, aka the new Avengers. I just feel like those two movies, they only exist because they want the next cast for the next Avengers movie to already be established. Like if they honestly, if the next Avengers movies comes out next year and they're in it, I don't feel like I needed to watch this movie to understand like anything about them, because all it did is just establish stuff that if you know anything from the comics, you already know this stuff. So yeah, those are like the main things I really feel about it. Oh, and yeah, so they and the storyline that they use, the Galactus storyline, it's like, so the Galactus storyline is like issues like 48 to like 50, so it's literally like 4 years in to Fantastic Four, and that's when this movie, I think this movie's like 4 years into like when they're a team and stuff. And it just if you read the comic, like if you read Fantastic Four from issue 1 and you go to 50, you see a lot of changes in like just like the medium of comic. That's why there's a lot of people, not a lot of people, but there's people that say Fantastic Four, the original one, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, is like an all-time great run, just because it established a lot of like how a comic run works, where it's not just like a team of artists or writers just like making a comic for 10 years. You know, let's say it was like Wayne Boring and I don't know, Superman writer, E. Nelson, I don't know if I butchered the name or not. You know, these guys, they get on a comic and they just write the same story, no real continuity or whatever, for like 10 years, then they leave. But Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four actually developed the characters, because when in the original issues, they're Reed and Sue, that's just his girlfriend. And that also, they don't want to bring that up because she was probably like 17, 16 probably in the original run. Johnny was like barely, he was probably like a freshman in high school. He was a kid. He was like Spider-Man's age. That's why they always.
Well, wasn't that an issue? Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that like an issue back in the day?
What?
That people had a problem. I'm talking about like the parents that like they let this kid go into fucking space.
I guess, I don't know. What I've heard is, like, you know, Herbie the robot in this movie. The reason why he exists is because there was a Fantastic Four cartoon, and they didn't put in the Human Torch because they thought that they got some complaints or something saying that like we can't have like a kid who like lights himself on fire, because then kids are gonna start doing that. Like literally. So in the cartoon, it's Reed, Sue, Ben, and Herbie. So that's the Fantastic Four. But I don't think I've necessarily heard that before. But yeah, so it was once you start and then like reading from issue 1 and then you get to issue 50, which is the end of the Galactus arc. Like one of the high points of like issue 50 is that after they defeat Galactus, like they defeat Galactus midway into the book, and then the second half of the book is like is Johnny going signing up to go to college or whatever. And that's when you realize, okay, they accomplished like this big ass feat. They took Galactus out, all that, and then they just go business as usual. We have all this character drama and all that. We're noticing that these characters are aging and all that. So that was, you don't get that with this movie. You get a feeling that they're familiar with each other, but since you didn't see them before, you don't really care. Now, if this was like the third movie, yeah, you would care. But that's the problem. The problem is that they've already had 3 other movies, or technically again, that tried to do Fantastic Four, and they noticed that the only thing you can really do on like a movie level is Doom and Silver Surfer and Galactus. Those are the main ones you can do on a big level. But you didn't have that world building. Again, in this movie you do kind of, but again, the only villain they really show is Bowman. I feel like they should have showed way more villains in this. Way more villains, and also they should have shown other heroes. Because that's the other thing. Because you know how people talk about how like all those early Marvel movies, they kind of felt secluded because all the heroes, they didn't really deal with like they didn't cross over or anything like that. That's what this feels like it's missing. I feel like they should have just like a little nod, like they could.
Wasn't the Fantastic Four the first people that Daredevil defended?
He was
as an attorney. As an attorney, I'm saying
he was one of them. I mean, in character,
I'm talking about he Matt Murdock represented them in court.
He did, but that was like issue 8. I'm balling off my head, but yeah, he did defend them at one point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they should have had that in the movie. Like they should.
Yeah, like, honestly, they should have just got one of the other Marvel characters that's in that. Obviously they're in the main universe, but just have them be in like that,
like a multiverse thing,
that 1960s thing. You should just have them show up. You should have had what's his name, Benedict Cumberbatch be like an old school looking Doctor Strange, and even get if Tom Holland showed up and he showed up in like an old school Spider-Man thing, would have been cool. It would have been cool just to see that, because you guys can do it. It's not like they're it's the rights or whatever. They can do it. Maybe not with Spider-Man, but actually no, they could have done it with
at
Spider-Man.
least with Daredevil or Hulk.
They could have made it feel more like
even Iron Man.
The world that they're living in is the Marvel universe. But it just feels secluded when it's just a Fantastic Four. They could have even used characters that like aren't necessarily in the MCU, but they're Marvel characters, like what's his name? It's the guy that's the Hulk's, like oh my god, not Roy. Oh my god, Rick Jones. I don't think any of the Hulk movies have him. You know who Rick Jones is?
No.
So Rick Jones is in the Hulk comics, in the original ones. He's like because the reason why Hulk gets into radiation is because Rick Jones, he's just like some teenage kid. He's like messing around in the field where they're testing and shit, and like Bruce Banner sees him. He's like, hey buddy, you gotta go away, and then he gets caught up in the radiation. So Rick Jones is basically like his sidekick, because he's like the only one who knows that he's a Hulk, and so he's basically like his sidekick, and then eventually he becomes like the Bucky for Captain America, because they didn't bring back Winter Soldier until like the 2000s, and then he becomes Captain Marvel at one point. And yeah, so he's one of these characters that's like not in the MCU at all, at least from what I know. So they could have done any of that to make it feel like it was like a bigger world. They could have shown more villains. All they do is they just I don't know if you saw this scene. There's a scene where like they're eating and like a bunch of police start going out, and Reed said like, oh, I'm trying to clean up the what's it called? Just clean up the city. So I was keeping eyes on like all our villains, and like the police just start locking them up, but we don't see them. Well, the only villain that we really see that we know of is Mole Man, and we get a little nod to Doom. So it just made it feel like secluded. They didn't when they didn't really have to do that. They could have made it feel more expansive. But yeah, other than that, like, yeah, again, it's probably all right. Like, I feel like if you like if this
you
is
view
like
it from the eyes of cinema,
yeah.
Is it bad?
Well, it's still Marvelslop, so it's now if you're talking about superhero movies, I just thought it was boring. Like, I thought everything that they touched, I feel like they did like a really boring way of doing. Like, again, I feel like they just made this movie because it was an obligation, because they're like, oh well, we need to find a way to bring Fantastic Four, and all these people want us to do it the right way, so we're just gonna give them what they want. They want Galactus to come to the Earth, all that stuff. They want to see like the arguments and everything. They want to see them be like a natural family, blah blah blah, all that stuff. And they just gave what people wanted, and that's it. And then you're gonna see them in Secret Wars or Doomsday. I don't know.
They made a cameo in Thunderbolts.
Well, the Fantastic Car did. That's the one thing I thought that the ending of Thunderbolts was gonna spoil this movie, because I thought when the Fantastic Car showed up, I thought that like was trying to say that like, oh yeah, they lost the Galactus one, so they had to go back to this universe. But no, they win at the end. Also, I think I don't know, I feel like the way that they beat him was kind of dumb, or the way that they thought they were gonna beat him was dumb. Like how they expect they like the baby just gonna be out there, like they're not gonna try to give it to him or anything. He's just gonna lay there, and they're gonna like set a trap. Like I'm pretty sure Galactus is smarter than that. And I just feel like this and the Superman movie, it kind of bothers me because they try to like I said earlier, they try to invoke the comic stuff but it feels like it's like fake comic accurate. But like no one's really gonna care about it unless you're like me. You're like, well, actually, like one of the things that bothered me is I like how you doubled down in it, try to say it when I was trying to move forward. My fucking speech impediment, you really try to highlight it, and
so what bothered you about
now I'm gonna have to like replay it to make fun of it, so I could be self-deprecating. What bothered me about this movie is that they're barely in the costumes. I think you missed the earlier part, like the part where they were recapping like the earlier years, but they were in like a really shitty like spandex that looked like the original, like the black, and like they're in like a spandex type thing. They were in that type of costume, which was cool, but again, they only barely show it. And then I don't like the costume that they have either. It looks too like. Did you know that the person who directed this directed WandaVision?
Yeah.
Oh, you knew that?
Yeah, I know that.
So I think, because I know that show had a lot of like hokey 1960s, or I don't know a lot, but had some of like that aesthetic. Am I wrong to say that?
No, I saw the show.
Yeah, but you saw
the only one that
I
I
saw the show.
Yeah, I did see it. I saw the show. I saw that one and Loki. Those are the only Marvel shows that I watched.
So I feel like they were like really obsessed with trying to have like the retro futuristic look.
But they didn't want to go all the way.
No, it's just that they were way more obsessed with that than like trying to make it look like Kirby-ish. Because there could have been more things that looked like it came out of Jack Kirby. To me, you know what's the most Jack Kirby looking thing to ever be in movies is Apocalypse in the Snyder Cut. I know everyone was like, oh, I don't like Zack Snyder. So no, he made the best looking Jack Kirby depiction. I'm gonna put it on screen if I remember it. But yeah, obviously again with superhero movies, they don't necessarily try to visually mimic the comics a lot. They do a little nod in, like, but yeah, with the costumes, it's like they have like that white look, and obviously they're trying to make it look like the I think John Byrne, I think that was the redesign where they're like wearing white gloves and shit. But they're barely in the costumes, and for like when they're talking and stuff, they're like in like contemporary attire, which is like not.
That's not even accurate to the times that they're living in.
Do you think what they were wearing, it wasn't accurate?
Yeah, I think it was inaccurate for the times that they were living. Not just comic, but like, isn't it supposed to be like based off of the 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was inaccurate for the time that they're living in. And then like,
what were they wearing in the 1960s according to you?
They were wearing like slacks. They were wearing like they wore suits and fucking dresses all the time. Like, wasn't Sue wearing like pants and shit?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, like they didn't.
Like, but what it's trying to do is trying to harken back to that look, but it's obviously it's not gonna like, you know, do the, I don't know, like the controversial stuff, because it's supposed to be like an idolized version of 1960. That's why there's all these like,
yeah, like why was there so many black people in it?
Not even that, there's just like a bunch of minorities in it.
That's why I said black people.
Well, I'm talking about the other minorities. Like there's like Asian people, Indian people, all that. I'm like, the demographics were not like that in the 60s. In the 60s.
There's like one Indian person in the United States.
And then you're gonna say like, oh well, it's like it is an idealized version. But even at that, they would.
So what do you say an idealized version would look like, huh?
No, what they're doing. Okay, so they had everyone dressed in a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant way, but if all those races at the time, which it literally makes it look like they're like equal. Like there's like 20% white, 20% black, 20% Asian, 20% Hispanic. Like it made it look like it's like every race is in an equal playing field in that movie, and it just wasn't like what's his name? Brother Nathaniel even says like, yeah, you go to New York, it was not like that in the 60s.
Literally, like
it. So obviously they're trying to do that thing, and I hate it. I hate it when comics do it. I'm talking about like comics that come out now, but they try to depict earlier era. They take the stuff that they like about it, which is like, oh, all the Silver Age, Space Age, but they won't go all the way. Or they take out controversial things about the depictions of the character, or they even like doubled down. Like one thing in the comics, there's like a thing between Sue and Namor, not Namor, Namor.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And but the way it was treated, at least in Jack Kirby's run, maybe other writers they made it worse or whatever, or doubled down on this too. He wanted Sue because and Sue was kind of falling for him because Reed and Sue weren't married at the time. That was still his girlfriend. They didn't get married until like 20, like around the issue 30 or whatever. They eventually got married, but at that time they weren't married. But then all these other writers and creators, they like get that like story bit, and then they like double down and make it like Reed was being cuckolded and all that, because they want to like, you know, add their
because
little...
Namor was like the alpha Giga Chad, and he was like the chud.
Not even that, because even for Reed, he was still like a manly character.
Oh, like just because he was a nerd doesn't mean he wasn't manly.
Yeah, that was something that all the other incarnations add too. They try to make him more of a nerd, but it's like, especially back in the day, like you were still like the scientists and all that, they were still like manly.
I get what you're trying to say.
Like he was in World War II with Nick Fury in the comics.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that, because I know that was one complaint that I did see about the Fox.
The white Nick Fury.
Oh, that's one complaint that I did see about Fantastic Four, the one with Jessica Alba, was that Reed Richards was too much of a nerd in that iteration. Because, you know, I forgot, because like in a lot of the comics, they always draw him with like a sharp jawline, fucking biceps.
And then the recent ones, even before Jim Halpert, what's his name? You know, the one that was in Doctor Strange with the beard and everything. Even before that, they started drawing him with the beard and everything to make him look modern. I'm like, no, like the only time he wouldn't shave is literally during the Galactus storyline. That's the only time he didn't shave, because he was under stress. But every other time you see him, he was clean shave, strong jawline, all that. But then they started having him have a beard, because that's how the writers project themselves. Like, you notice there's all these characters recently that have beards. Let me think of them. Aquaman has a beard now, or he had a beard before, but now he doesn't have the long hair anymore in the comics, but he still has a beard. Mr. Miracle, you don't know that guy, but Tom King gave him a beard. Adam Strange, Tom King gave him a beard in that one.
Maybe they're just Orthodox Christians.
No, it's that they're projecting onto them. But there's another, obviously Reed Richards, he's another one that they just decided to make him have a beard. But they took it away. Oh yeah, Ultimate Spider-Man, he has a beard in it.
Oh, Daredevil had a beard in
Daredevil in the Chip Zdarsky run. It's just it's like in the 90s when they would give like a superhero like a leather coat. Like that's like the modern version. Or a
mullet. Didn't Superman have a mullet?
No, that was like oh yeah, he had a mullet. In my head I thought you said a mohawk, and I was like, no, actually that was a different version of Superman that had the mohawk.
Oh,
yeah, he had a mullet in the 90s, but that was actually cool. But giving them a beard just feels like the writers are like projecting, because when they gave Superman a mullet, it was when he died and he came back. So it was like they want the kids to feel like Superman's cool now, because they're like, bro, he came back, bro. He has like this mullet and shit. It was cool. But all these writers now, they're like, oh, I want to make him look like me, so I'm gonna have him have a mullet.
I'm gonna have Spider-Man's girl go out with a black guy.
But also like Mr. Fantastic, like I'm gonna get a little bit into the Pedro stuff. I'm not like a big Pedro Pascal hater. Like what's his name? Can you do his voice right now?
Oh, like the fucking Rant Against Rage. They got a fucking Mexican to play Reed Richards. I didn't care when they had the Mexican play Invisible Girl, but now it's a problem.
Because you didn't look Mexican.
Oh yeah, in this movie he did look kind of like, now that I seen it after the fact.
There's like this pose that he has in all like the trailers and everything, and I'm sorry, but like Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards has put the Mexicans being, or not Mexicans, but just like Spanish people being white thing, like
he pushed us back.
He pushed them back. He pushed the whole conversation back. After seeing him, I saw this one post. It said something like that he doesn't look like Mr. Fantastic. He looks like Mr. Fantastic's gardener. But he just I'm sorry. He just looks like he doesn't look. He looks out of it.
Do you force Pedro Pascal too much?
Probably, but I just think enough people in Hollywood like him that they're gonna keep on giving him roles.
But my question with Pedro Pascal is, why didn't he have anxiety with the girl from from Last of Us?
It's very easy to explain. It's because this movie was about there's a lot of he was doing a character, not a character study. He was doing it was that thing that De Niro does when he's like taxi driver or whatever, where he's like in it, like he's that character. No, it's that thing that actors do, you know, actors who can't really act, so they have to brainwash themselves into thinking that they're like, I think Heath Ledger did the same thing.
Oh, where it's like they try to become the character.
Yeah, I'm
method acting.
So Pedro, you know, he just wants to do a job. He wants to get his bag or whatever. So, but the only way he can figure out how to do it is that if he immerses himself. So, you know, this movie is obviously, it's a very there's a lot of anxiety going on because it's like the kid, you know, we want the kid leaving.
So you don't think he's just trying to bang
Vanessa Kirby? No, I think he was just I
think they're fucking. He hit that at least.
I hate it when we make these videos and you have to get so vulgar all the time. Because we're trying to make it. I wanted to, when we uploaded it, I wanted to make it so that kids can watch it. Because kids deserve to know our opinions. I was trying to make this video eligible on YouTube Kids. We're talking about superheroes. Kids. That's the problem now. Kids don't read superhero comics. They don't watch them. It's all balding man children who watch them. So I'm trying to open the conversation up because kids should be involved in the conversation of superhero movies. Let me be clear. Kids should be involved in superhero movies. That was a bad Obama. But you know, Pedro is just probably being anxious. And because again, people were like, "Well, why is he still holding her?" Dude, the Avengers movie, they're doing the Avengers movie right now, so he's being character.
Hey, he's gonna be hitting that for the next 10 years. Respectfully, that's another thing. If you have a pregnancy kink, you'll like this movie. Remember what you said in the theater? Tell them what you said in the theater.
I think I just said what you just said.
No, we were watching the movie, and then Sue comes out in the Fantastic Four, the Sue, and you're like, I think this movie's gonna give me a pregnancy kick.
No, pregnancy fetish. I said
pregnancy fetish.
But it's because she's like, obviously she's like a hag. Honestly, they should have cast a younger character. They should have cast
Sydney Sweeney.
Nah, they probably should have cast like Sabrina Carpenter. To be honest,
oof, that would have been good.
Especially because she looks like I'll pull up the little pinups that Jack Kirby drew back in the day. Yeah, she just kind of looked like when she tries to have like that like 1950s, 60 look. Yeah, she could have done it. I don't know if she can act though. She probably could because her family is part of the Scientology. But yeah, Vanessa, like she's attractive, you know, like when she was in Napoleon and all that, it was all right, but in the she's been the most attractive girl in the MCU
since Endgame.
Since who was the hot one in Endgame?
The one that played Scarlet Witch.
Emily Olsen.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't she in Doctor? Or did she hit the wall during Doctor Strange? Not because the other one.
No. But see, the thing is, she wasn't wearing anything hot.
Oh.
That's the thing. Like they covered up her tits, and see, that's another thing. Like, and there's one thing I like about this movie is that it's not like it shows them actually having a relationship. Yeah. It's not just Sue being the dominant one in the relationship. It's not just them having like a weirdly platonic relationship with each other. Like they're actually being intimate. She's actually kind of hot. The suit grabs her waist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can see her curves. It's not like where Scarlet Witch is wearing her witch outfit and she looks like a dude.
Yeah.
Or even fucking Black Widow lost her ass and tits in the Black Widow movie because it was always her suit, her black leather suit, always like hugged her tight.
That was back when Jon Favreau. Have you heard that song?
Yeah.
That was back when John Favreau was directing and acting in Iron Man 2.
Yeah,
and having her beat him up.
Yeah.
And dress in front of her in the car. John Favreau. Shit. We need to do a review of Chef. We need to watch and review Chef.
Have you seen Chef?
I haven't seen. We need to get the 4K steel case of Chef.
But no, yeah, that's one thing that I did really like about the movie was that they actually had a traditional mostly traditional relationship. She was attractive. She dressed attractively. She acted like a lady for the most part. That's what I liked about the movie. And then I like how in the movie, because again now I'm looking at the movie from a cinematic point of view, right? That because like when Galactus, because we didn't even talk about the plot of the movie. So Galactus said that he wouldn't eat the Earth if they gave him the child, and she was like, "No, I'm going to choose life over." You know what I mean? The satanic like Molech. Right, that's basically what he is, Molech, right?
Yeah.
So she chooses her kid. She chooses to save her kid. That's pro-life. And then we had this joke. We had this joke when Reed Richards was doing the ultrasound on her, and then her stomach goes invisible, so you can see the baby. Don't you remember? We were like, oh yeah. Like liberals would be like, why isn't it just a clump of cells? There's nothing in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe that's why they had to make this movie like a period piece, because if they would have done it in like 2025, she would have been all like SSRI, fluoride in the water stare, birth control, been like, no, take the baby. I need my job.
Oh yeah, literally, right?
I need to defend these people. I will sacrifice my baby and the people. Super SSRI stare. That's how it would have played out. That's how it would have played out in like
if it was
2010, it would have played out like the same way.
If it was the 2025 iteration of the Fantastic Four, she wouldn't have even been pregnant with the baby. She would have put in like an incubator.
No, she would have got pregnant with the baby and then like took it away, and then she would have still been fat.
She would have had do you remember the oh my god, remember the witch? I don't know if she was a witch, but do you remember the one that taught Doctor Strange how to do magic? The bald bitch?
Yeah.
She probably would have had her be the surrogate.
Oh yeah.
And still get fat. Yeah. Or have
MJ. That's what I said after she had the baby in the movie. I told them like it would be funny if she's just like in a fat suit for the rest of the movie. Like she's like running around, she's like doing the little force field, and she's like for fucking like arm fat, just like juggling and shit. And
then she has like a mustard stain on her fucking mouth.
And she's like, yeah, she would have probably did that. She would have been like, Richard, can we what's like a pregnancy food, like pickles or whatever?
Like chocolate pickles.
Can you get pickles for me right now? Can you get Dubai chocolate pickles?
Can you give me a Labubu?
Can you go online and
give me a matcha?
Give me a matcha and a Labubu at the mall. And she actually would have been bald too. She would have been like, after she got the pregnancy, she would like have all her hair shaved off.
But keep the armpit hair, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what the fuck were we talking about?
We're talking about the movie, or you're trying to talk about how like the whole like child sacrifice thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, no. To me, I don't really think it's really. I really think it's a throwback to the Torah.
Elaborate.
Isn't it the one story with Jacob where God told him to sacrifice his son?
That was Abraham.
Abraham told him to sacrifice his son.
So you're basically saying that this movie's like is like how do I say this? Is in opposition to submitting to your higher power, which is God.
Yeah, I guess.
Because doesn't his name is Franklin, right?
Yeah, Franklin.
Doesn't he become God in the comics?
I haven't gotten that far in the comics, but obviously I've seen stuff that happens like that. So yeah, I would assume. Because I think there's something in the comics where he creates like his own pocket universe. Like there was like a point in Marvel where they were like, this is like in the 90s where like they were down bad, so they decided to get all like the guys from Image to like reboot their characters, but it was like so bad, allegedly so bad, everyone hated them. So the way how they excused that universe, because literally it was like for a year, like that rebooted universe was like all the comics, and then what they did to fix it, they just said, oh yeah, that universe was just like
A pocket universe.
A pocket universe that Franklin had. It'd be funny if they do that in the comics too. They might do it because did you hear that that Kevin Feige said they're just gonna reboot it after Secret Wars?
What, MCU?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they're gonna reboot everything.
I think he waited until Superman came out to have that judgment.
But I heard about that like years before. Like even when No Way Home was around.
No, I think because what everyone thought was gonna happen is what I thought too. I thought they were gonna try to mimic the Marvel 2015 Secret Wars, where at the end, kind of like the Ultimate Universe and the 616 kind of merged, but the only one that really survived was Miles, really. But they're gonna merge like the FF or this Fantastic Four universe, and they're gonna come into 616, and they're gonna pick and choose, but it's gonna be the same universe, or it's gonna be basically the same universe that we've been following, and everyone's gonna be like all the characters that are dead are gonna stay dead, all that stuff. But what I think he's gonna do now is after this, he's gonna wipe it clean slate. Everyone's alive, so Tony Stark's gonna be alive. I feel like Thor. I feel like Chris Hemsworth. I feel this is gonna be his last one. Then they're gonna recast Thor. They're gonna.
So what you think is that they're gonna keep some of the create a new universe, and then recast some of the actors?
I feel like the only character they might not
is Tom Holland.
They might keep Tom Holland. They might. I feel like the only ones that are gonna stay are like the one character no one cares about, like Miss Marvel, Riri, all like the young characters that like have still like.
Because we know Namor and the other one, Genghis Khan. Not Genghis Khan. What the fuck is his name? The one that beat his bitch. Kane the Conqueror. Those guys definitely are coming back.
Not Namor's gonna be in Doomsday.
Are you serious? He raped the bitch.
No, he's gonna be in Doomsday. They're gonna make a whole joke in the movie about there gonna be so many like cuckold scenes with Reed and Sue in the Doomsday movie. I guarantee. Now I will not get a cuckold fetish from watching that movie. I 100% guarantee I will.
Did you get a pregnancy fetish from this?
For a millisecond, but I'm not tuned into like the Disney propaganda.
Oh, okay. Like you're not tapped in.
Like, went over my head. But yeah, so they're gonna reboot it after this. But yeah, in total, I just think it just felt like Disney slapped to me when I watched it. I'm not that invested. Like, to me, if it was between Superman and Fantastic Four, I'm gonna defend Superman. Even though I didn't like that movie as much, I will still defend. When Flash came out, what was the other movie that came out that year? Like Black Panther, I think Black Panther 2 came out. What was another one?
No, it was.
It was really bad though. For a minute, like these movies are kind of better, but dude, post-COVID, dude, they were so bad.
They were fucking bad.
Like, did you see Ant-Man, the Quantumania one?
Yeah, that was fucking horrible. I went with it to my family because I'm like, because here's the thing, like I don't like watching movies with my family sometimes just because they're so fucking degenerate. I could never watch Nosferatu with my family.
I don't like it because it's fucking like $200.
Oh, to go with your family?
Yeah.
No, because I was like, oh, it's a Marvel flick. There's not going to be... No, because like earlier... Because, okay, Ant-Man came out, but a couple months prior, we were going to go see Padre Pio. But it was at the wrong theater, right? That wasn't the first time. By the way, I've made that mistake before.
No. You didn't go see... No, it was the Whale. Because you wanted to see Padre Pio, and I told you, like... Bro, it's only playing in like one theater, and it's like...
Oh, you're right. It was Whale, and I got Whale at the wrong theater. But, so we're like, fuck it, because I had like a gift card for like AMC or something. And I went, and they're like, oh no, they're not screening that here. It's at another one. Like, fuck, okay. So like, what else can we watch? So I saw Babylon.
Yeah.
The movie Babylon, and I saw Tobey Maguire. I had just been manipulated by No Way Home, right? And I was like, fuck it, okay, I'll go see that. And the movie opens with this fat piece of shit like peeing on a girl. Or no, a girl peeing on him. They're like having like open sex, all time. Margot Robbie, I think, is also in it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I know these two actors. And I'm just sitting there with my family, and I'm just like, I just see this fat ass dude getting peed on. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's like somebody playing with shit. It's just straight up, just the first 10 minutes is just obscene, overly sexual.
I kind of want to watch it now.
No, I heard it's a good movie, but that's not something that I want to watch with my family. You know what I mean? So then we just walked out of the theater, and I was like, fuck, I just wasted all this money on. Well, I wasted my fucking card on that. And then we went to go see, and then a few months later, because I was like, okay, well, we could go see Ant-Man, because there's not gonna be anybody getting peed on in that movie. Then we saw it, and then like I tried, because I don't want to be that guy that's like, the movie fucking sucked. But in my head, I was like, yeah, this movie fucking sucked.
It's funny because there's like a meme saying that like a bunch of people that were in that movie, they've like retired acting. Like Michael Douglas, he said he's retired from acting after that movie. The Kane guy, he's been forced to retire. The Wasp actor, I heard it's because she's red pilled.
Oh,
because
I heard some shit about that.
Because she was like anti-vax or whatever. But they said like, but like if they try to make a fourth one, like the only one's gonna be there's Paul Rudd. So they're saying like, yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Like don't. Honestly, I think
real quick. I think Fantastic Four is like top 5 best MCU movies since Endgame.
Then what are the other ones?
Doctor Strange, but Sam Raimi is the reason why the movies was so good, right? No Way Home, but No Way Home was just emotional manipulation. Because when I rewatched it, it was like, yeah, this movie's not that good. And then Fantastic Four. Oh, and Deadpool and Wolverine. That was a fucking great movie. But no, yeah, okay. As movies, like as standalone movies, Fantastic Four and Doctor Strange have to be the best ones.
Yeah, it's been, especially Marvel. I'll still defend the Flash, and the
Flash was not that bad. I think it was pretty decent.
I feel like it's overhated because everything DC before now has been like hella overhated.
The Batman was pretty good.
The Batman, well, yeah, it was like the glowing beam or whatever.
Peacemaker. Oh, the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that.
That was good. It was really good.
I feel like from like 22 to 24, it was bad. It was really bad. And I think these movies, they kind of bumped it up a little bit, like, you know, the enthusiasm, and obviously now, but I feel like DC has a better momentum going, because literally now it's like, okay, so you're gonna get the Spider-Man movie, and then you're gonna get Avengers, and yeah, of course they're gonna make a lot of money, but it's like, what are you gonna do after that? Like, if there's a chance that people aren't gonna fuck with this.
Is there gonna be a new Batman or no? There's the DCU. I know there's the Pattinson, but
well, I don't know if it's planned yet, but I think right now the plan is more TV. That's the other thing that I realized watching this movie, because I've said this before. Why are you looking at my feet?
I'm just looking.
No, you're looking at my feet. Because again, my main problem with this movie was that they kind of cheated by going to like that crescendo or like that peak of Fantastic Four, which is the Galactus storyline. They cheated by going all the way to that part when you needed like all like this world building and characters, that because literally Fantastic Four, it's the creation of the Marvel universe. It's not just Fantastic Four, it's the creation of the whole fucking Marvel comic universe. That's why it plays a big part in, or it's like a big recommendation everyone gives: read Silver Age Fantastic Four. But it's like cheating, just going right to the peak. But what I realized something, I feel like all this shit should go back to being just TV shows. I feel like the only reason they do this is because, or they keep doing superheroes in movie forms, is because people keep on going and buying them and they keep on getting money. But I feel like story wise, the only ones that should be movies should be like big events,
or maybe like D-list or B-list characters. No, like Iron Man. Like, what good comic runs does he have besides Demon in a Bottle?
Extremis. I mean, there's good runs. I would say the original run, like Gil Kane and all that's good, but stuff that people like are gonna be like, oh, this is the peak. I don't think it's a lot, but I'm not. I think what people want out of Iron Man, they want like the Robert Downey shit, and that wasn't what Iron Man was until like recently. So it's kind of hard. But what was they saying? Yeah, the I feel like all this shit should just be like TV shows. I think that's why DC is gonna get better. That's also where Marvel fucked up. they decided to give these TV shows all these fucking D-list characters that no one cares about. When it's like, no, what you should have done is you should have picked a hero everyone likes, and you should have kept on making a fuck ton of seasons. We should have got, by like, obviously Code fucked it up, but like by now we should be on like season 5 of like Daredevil or something. Like a character that everyone likes, a character that you don't need like a mad budget for or anything, street level shit. We should have a whole fucking show, enough episodes of a show of that. But because again, these characters, they're like serialized characters. That's why before they went into the movies, we had fucking like 10 seasons of fucking The Flash and Smallville and all that shit. And again, that's why I think DC is gonna get better, because they announced it's like we're getting a Green Lantern show, we're getting Peacemaker. I still need to watch the first one, but I'm gonna do it soon. We're getting Booster Gold. What was another one? Mr. Miracle. We're getting a TV show. Now most of them, they're gonna be fucking like 6-episode miniseries, I assume, or 10-episode miniseries or whatever. But it's gonna work more because you could build more of the world up, and then once you have a movie, you can have the big shit go down. Because if we had, it's kind of like in anime, you know, when in anime, you know, there's like the regular show going on, and then a movie comes out, and it's not necessarily like tied into the whatever's going on in the show, but the big highlight is called it's called in Japan, it's called like Geki Joban, which means movie version, and it's meant to be something that everyone can watch. It kind of dismisses most of the continuity, but for people who watch the show, they're gonna enjoy it. People who haven't seen the show are gonna enjoy it, and the big highlight is just that everything is over budget, everything looks better than it did in the fucking TV show, all that. I feel like it doesn't have to be all of that, but I feel like that's a better way to do it. Keep everything in TV, or most of it in TV, and then the big shit like the Avenger, the team movies, they're all in the fucking the movies, the cinemas. But yeah, that's my opinion. I didn't like it, but I'm not gonna be like a mad chud. I was mad though when I saw at the end of the movie though. I was like overreacting. I was just like kind of having nerd rage. But yeah, no, it just feels like it was like another Marvel slot pushed out so that, again, Avengers. That's what it feels like. Because back in the day, it was like, okay, the Captain America movie comes out, but it was a good movie, but it's gonna build up something else. These ones, it just feels like it's just like another piece to like the next step to me. Like, it reminds me when like we went to go see like Black Adam, and like the only part we cared about was when Henry Cavill showed up.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. But even to me, allegedly at the end, the end credit scene, allegedly like Robert Downey Jr. was actually there. Like he was actually like giving the kid the whatever. That's what they say, at least. That's what Disney's saying, at least. But yeah, do you have any more like ranting exotericism talk about this movie?
The only thing I have left to say is I call her Robert the way she goes down on my junior.
I like how we like didn't even talk about the Ben Grimm going to the temple or anything.
Oh yeah, the thing went to the temple.
I don't even think it was a Saturday either.
No, he just went to. He's just a good Jew.
It was weird too, cause like he has a girlfriend in the comics, and she's blind, and that's funny that like his girlfriend is like a blind girl. But then in this one they just like make him like they did try to double down on like the Jew thing. Cause to me it's like she's like Jack Kirby, like there's like one picture, it's like a sketch he made like years later, I think, after he was gone from FF. There's like one where he has like the yarmulke and all that, but the comics never made him Jewish. And then all these people, they like to like impose like what they think, so they're like, oh, Jack Kirby saw himself in the thing. Yeah, but he also saw himself in Reed. That's why, because that end text that they had at the end of the movie where they're quoting Jack Kirby, he literally said, I see my characters in everything. So like, yeah, you can see a version of him in like almost every character he creates.
It was really funny. I was thinking about, you know how Nightcrawler's also supposed to be Catholic, right?
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be funny if like, because of everything that's going on in Gaza, Daredevil and Nightcrawler don't talk to the Thing.
That probably someone's probably ran that past in the comics recently. Someone who's one of the modern writers has been like, hey, you know, it'd be cool if, you know, keep it low key, just don't have them talk. Just see if anyone notices.
They just give each other.
There was a guy though. I think he put like, there was like an X-Men artist, if I remember correctly. He put wait, was it? No, it was two. So there is this guy. He was like drawing the Hulk at the time. I think he's like a Hispanic artist or whatever. But he put in like jewelry into like there was like a jewelry store in like a Hulk comic, and he, instead of writing jewelry, he put jewelry, and then so a bunch of people said like, oh yeah, you're off the, even though he was gonna leave the book because it was like at issue like 48, and then like he was already leaving the book on issue 50, but he like snuck that in, and they tried to make a big deal saying like we're never gonna hire him again, and now I think he's working for the Rippaverse, but
really, nigga.
But I mean, I don't think he really cared. I think he's getting the same amount of money anyways. But he hit something, and then there was like this one Muslim artist. I think he hit something in like an X-Men comic, like I forget if it was like anti-Semitic or not. But yeah. So and then people are like, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee wouldn't like that. I mean, I don't know. Probably.
You think Darth Vader would stand for that?
I think Darth Vader would. I don't think he would have to get involved in that altercation because the universes wouldn't mesh together. That's surprising. I'm surprised they haven't done a Marvel x Star Wars comic.
That would be cool.
Concept would be that comic would bring so many Mexicans into the comic story. All right, I'm gonna end this.
Shabbat shalom.